I'm Iz33, bringing you tonight's 6 epic battles here live on a massive show. We've got a no disqualification main event, which will settle a feud from last week. So without further ado, let's jump into our opening bout of the evening. Well, we're ready for action here tonight on Breakdown, with Fatal Influence making their way out.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, JC Jane and Jack Man
Jasmine Nix and JC Jane in tag team action tonight. Don't be deceived by the casual look of Jane. She is ready to go at it here tonight. Certainly a unique look tonight alongside Jasmine Nix, as these two have been finding form here as a tag team. Also alongside Fallon Henley. This is an unstoppable force, an unstoppable trio here in IPW. It's led to a lot of success for the faction. But our opponents, they're looking to make it a party atmosphere here tonight. Smoke cannons in hand.
and their opponents, the team of Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
Ken Carter, Katana Chance, a unique tag team to say the least. High flying offense and utilizing their abilities with that keg stand finishing maneuver. They are potent when they compete. We've seen them utilize their skills to effective success here in IPW. Two very prominent teams here in IPW, of which looking to advance themselves into maybe a potential new division here in IPW. The women's tag division, while not necessarily a championship in it, we are certainly seeing a lot more potent teams being formed. Fatal Influence, one team to name many. Got Katana Chance, Ken Carter as another. Alba Fire, Isle of Dawn. The list can go on and on and on. But the division isn't really one filled with championships. So, maybe in the future, IPW management might bring that in as we turn our attention a bit more towards this match. Nix and Katana Chance, the legal combatants for their team, as Nix tries to get a crucifix roll-up. Katana kicking out in the nick of time. And JC getting dropped off the apron by Chance, who's fighting out of this famous carry. Turns our attention as referee Gregathy watching on, right in the view of that beautiful Hurricane Rana. Our referees not trained for camera positions, as you can tell. Yes, here we go. Tossed into the corner. Kaden now legal for her team. Katana, Irish whip, pulls her back, slingshots her into the lariat. As Fatal Influence feeling the wrath of Kaden and Katana. Jane now the target. Kaden on the apron. Nice drop kick takes JC down to the mat and the flooring down below. But Nyx, she's looking to capitalize on Kayden's cockiness. Irish whip. Pops her up into the knee. A kick to the back of the head. A perfectly executed combo by the former soccer star. Can't believe I'm calling it soccer. Obviously, with the fact that IPW is getting a new tag team belt in a mixed tag format, you certainly feel that some of these superstars who specialize in tag matches may get opportunities to tag with other people that they're not used to. I look at teams like the Metaphor, who's got Noam, Lash, Jakara as a potential tag team, as well as the likes of Karrion Kross, Scarlett, roll through. There with JC missing whatever she was going for. Regardless, she's got Kayden hooked up. Powerbomb! Just dropping Kayden on her head. Massive leap there by Kayden to make the tag as well. She's not going to be able to escape the wrath of JC Jane, it seems. Misses that dropkick, never mind. She does manage to escape it. It's Katana now coming through onto JC, who I think is slightly underestimating this tag team with the fact she's only wearing gym wear. Regardless of the fact that knee busting open Katana. Chris to the point, and why not make it wider? Head first into the LED Rimcoast Ghost Katana chants. You can start to feel the blood, to see it dripping down the face of Katana Chance. Busted open just above the eye, it seems. That knee connecting to the temple. JC has her potentially on the ropes if it weren't for the fact Katana's in control, but JC catches her out of the fireman's carry. Roll up here by Jane. 1, 2. Gets the 1 count over Katana Chance. Yet again goes for a Hurricane Rana, just taking down Jane. From the second rope, arm drag there by Katana Chance. Fatal influence on the ropes here as Kayden heads her top rope into the shoulders of her partner. Setting her up and launching her into the rolling senton. Pinfall attempt here by Kayden as Jasmine Nyx breaks it up. Fatal Influence could potentially be on the ropes of suffering their first loss here in 2K25. The unit perfect in action. Through thick and thin, Jasmine Nyx a big factor in that result. Tag into Nyx, who's coming into Katana Chance now. Irish whips her over the top rope to the floor. Chance nips back up, gets in, but she's battling with Jane immediately. Jane tossing her into the corner, setting up for Nyx to capitalize. Head first goes Katana into the top turnbuckle, and now the kicks continue to fly here from Jasmine Nyx. Runs the ropes into the big boot. If that cut on Katana's face wasn't big enough already, Nyx is doing plastic surgery to bust it open even more. Superman punch connects from Nyx. Kayden Carter on the ropes, tossed into them and booted to oblivion. Nyx looking for victory. But Katana's in to break it up quickly. Up top sits Nyx, perched to deliver that massive thrust kick. RVD-esque with that offense. Jasmine Nyx, potent with her striking game as always. And Fatal Influence looking to deliver the killing blow. Pile driver, super kick combination. Planting Kayden, middle of the ring. That's good night. How does she kick out of that? The frustration certainly setting in for JC. After that pinfall attempt. Fatal Influence needing one more influential maneuver to put an end to this one. But Katana and Kayden, tag team offense, double kicks into the senton. Jason Jane rolling out as Kayden goes flying. JC though quickly back to her feet. Kayden slowly gets back up and caught by Jane. Kayden watching on, waiting for JC back to her feet. Back in the corner, Kayden and Katana once again going to the well. Katana perched on her partner's shoulders and launched into the senton. Nyx could have potentially been taken off the apron, finally going to come in, but it's not in the nick of time, but JC kicking out on pure instinct there. Katana so close to victory. Yet again going for the Hurricane Rana. And sizing up Jane. The kill shot to the back of JC. 1, 2, 3.
Here are your winners, the team of Katana Chance and Kayden Carter.
JC Jane and Jasmine Nyx's reign of terror in tag team action comes to a head as Katana and Kayden, while busted open, bruised, end that streak, could set themselves up for a potential date with destiny. Let's move over to our second bout of the evening. Our second bout of the evening is touted to be a war, as the music of the current NXT champion fills through the arena here tonight. Obafemi ready for action. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Lagos, Nigeria, weighing in at 273 pounds. Obafemi!
The strut of a confident man as he paces towards an IPW ring here tonight. Nigerian beast, confident as always, bringing such a amazing aura And just by how he enters this match, you can tell he is ready to go at it with his opponent. But who is that opponent? Well, it's the sound of a bad, bad man.
And his opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 425 pounds, Rikishi!
Rikishi coming to the ring for the first time in a long time here in IPW. The big man, now with a new look, new feel, sledgehammer in hand. This bad man no longer has that party attitude. Instead, looking to take down a difficult opponent. We've got two big beefy boys, a whole lot of meat in this ring. Who's gonna walk out of that ring though with the W? We're underway with this one. Obafemi begins this striking exchange on the front foot until Rikishi just drops him to the mat. Both men well over 300 pounds. I'd say a lot more muscle on Obafemi's side, but realistically speaking, Rikishi knows how to utilize his weight and throw it about effectively. The Samoan strong to the core and just fights off that strike from Obafemi. Runs the ropes with such agile speed and dropping that leg in quick fashion. Obafemi does not know what's hit him here in the early goings. As Rikishi taking it to him with a sit-out spine buster. Obviously, Obafemi very early on into his career as a pro wrestler. Rikishi tenured beyond belief, starting his career in the Attitude Era. Well, making his name known in the Attitude Era. Here tonight, continuing that similar style he's always brought. Going for a trapping of the nerves on the shoulder of Obafemi there was Rikishi. Oba does well to fight back to his feet and now take it to the Samoan. Some may call him the tribal cheeks. If you get the reference, good for you. Regardless of that, Obafemi in control right now, going for a pin here. One. Could potentially have had Rikishi's feet in the rope there. The referee tonight letting this action spill off into difficult situations. Realistically, don't need to happen. Regardless of the fact, these two big boys trading here. And this is where we get to see the power. We get to see who has the strength, the willpower to survive this situation. Obafemi beckoning on shots from the big man. And he's gonna pay for it as Rikishi catches his last shot. Both going toe to toe, but it's always gonna end in a brawl. Who's gonna stay standing here? It's a tie in that category, and Obafemi, he's calling for the death of the Rikishi. But Rikishi fighting back, looking for maybe a chokeslam there. Gets caught. Oba caught though. These two trading evenly. until Rikishi delivers that sit-out slam. The big man has him up for the Rikishi driver. Oba planted. Possibly a neck broken in half. But the NXT champion staying alive, staying fighting, but caught. I don't even know what you'd call that maneuver, but it looked pretty from Rikishi. Just busting the knees of the Nigerian. Because let's be honest, the knees of Oba, unprotected, exposed to the elements that be Rikishi's offense. Maybe a mistake from Obafemi in terms of ring attire. But for right now, he's got Rikishi where he wants him. Maybe looking bear hug there. Big man. Rikishi fights out of it. And is now falling toe-to-toe with Obafemi. Referees issuing a count. Up to a 5. Could potentially see a count out here. A 6 count. Obafemi and Rikishi continuing to brawl. Finally, Oba makes it back in the ring. Rikishi could be counted out. We're up to an 8. Slowly making his way back to his feet. A 9 count. And Rikishi makes it back in the ring. And he's going back into a trade with Obafemi. A lot of energy burnt there by Rikishi to get back into the ring in time to break up the count. But he's somehow winning out on this trade. As Oba's been busted open. Rikishi, you can see the blood trickling down the forehead, and it looks to be going into the eyes of Obafemi from this angle. Blinding the Nigerian here. It's actually avoiding the eyes, but a pop-up powerbomb from Obafemi. That seemed from out nowhere, and it almost caught Rikishi off guard and delivered a win to Obafemi. But I'm pretty sure Oba is not done tossing Rikishi. The strength of this man on full display here. Because no one can easily pick up the big man. And he's still finding a way to do so. Surviving that pinfall attempt. Obafemi just rolling that shoulder up in the nick of time. But Rikishi is a dominant man. The ass is dropped and the kill shot is called. And it's time to get a bit more Usi in this house. As we might have a flying Uso on our hands. Dropping the elbow to the skull. I've got a feeling that Oba might have his feet in a rope in this position. It doesn't really matter as Rikishi brings him back to his feet and delivering that Samoan punch. That style they always utilize to effectiveness. This match, we said it would be a bitter war to begin this one. And well, it's living up to expectations. Rikishi has Oba where he wants him, the headbutt, dragging him to the corner. And it's Annihilator time, or Bonsai drop, whatever you call it. The ass is going to be dropped onto the chest of Obafemi. Good night, Nigerian warrior.
Here is your winner,
The bad man picks up a big victory here tonight. Rikishi, it was semi-dominant from the big boy. It certainly puts him in good stead towards any of our championships here in IPW. From our singles division, we turn our attention slightly over to the tag team division as Gallus's music fills the arena.
The following contest is a fatal four-way match. Making his way to the ring, representing Gallus from Glasgow, Scotland, weighing in at 248 pounds, one half of the undisputed World Tag Team Champions, Joe Coffey.
We have a fatal four-way on tap with challengers towards Gallus's title competing against one another. Obviously, the champs will be in action in this one as Joe Coffey draws the action for Gallus, which means on primetime, Mark Coffey will be in action against the partners of whomever is competing in this match. We know Gallus is in it. We now know the Usos are involved.
Representing the Usos from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 251 pounds, Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy Uso draws the duties for the Usos here. Day one-ish environment online as we ready ourselves for this match. Expect carnage. Expect people looking to prove a point. If you beat Joe Coffey in this match, let's be honest, you're in good steadings for the title shot at Crush Crush Crush. But for now, we'll have to wait and see how things shape up here in IPW. As we have the potential for a final showdown next week on Breakdown, ahead of the pay-per-view. As we finally see combatant number 3 is GOD's Tama Tonga. The fire, the yeeds is online.
And
feel
from Orlando, Florida, weighing in at 209 pounds, Tama Tonga.
you have to feel GOD as tag champs would be a pretty interesting dynamic. Athleticism of Tama, the powerhouse that Tonga Loa is, with the potential for backup from the Bloodline. Obviously Gallus, a 3-man unit, but the Bloodline, you bring in the television champion Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa into that lineup. You have a very hard lineup of men to beat going into potentially a big time tag bout with GOD is never something you want to be doing. Always having to be fearful of that Tongan twist. For right now, singles action for Tama Tonga. Throws up the one. We are gonna be seeing a bit of a brawl here tonight. Don't know why I upped the pitch on my voice there, but who cares? This is gonna be already an epic matchup on paper. Why not add our final combatant
from Dudleyville, weighing in at 334 pounds, Bubba Ray Dudley.
Well, they weren't going to be kept out of the title picture for long. Team 3D's Bubba Ray Dudley, our fourth combatant in this bout. Team 3D, the former champs, the inaugural champs, realistically won their championship back. May be able to reclaim it. There's certainly a long way to go before that can happen. 2 more shows after this match. If you do well enough in the eyes of IPW management, you will be at the live event. Right now, you have to show your worth. Show the fortitude. If you can beat 3 other men, including the champ, then why not? You get the shot at Crush, Crush, Crush. We are underway here with this one. Joe and Tamatonga fighting against one another as Jey Uso and Bubba Ray square off in the early goings. And now the matchups shift slightly. Tama and Jimmy, Bubba and Joe. Now Jimmy involved with Joe. And we have to think about this tag division. How it's gotten to this shape. I think of all the teams that have been in this division that we've seen, the likes of the Young Bucks, Team 3D, GOD, arguably the most surprising team that's picked up victories here as Bubba's busted open has been Gallus. Mark and Joe Coffey weren't the 2 brothers I expected to win the championship. I honestly thought that when and if Jimmy and Jay got the title shot, they would be the team walking away with the championship. But it wasn't until, obviously, Spinner Showdown, I believe, where Joe and Mark Coffey picked up victory against Team 3D in a Extreme Rules match, I believe. Everything just changed here. And we've seen what we certainly saw at Dual Dream, that, well, Gallus did not win the championships on a fluke, and certainly managed to maintain control over the division. And realistically, they're not the team people want at the top, but it's the team that showcased everything that you need to show to be on top. And IPW is the grounds of magic. It is the place where upsets happen. And this division is certainly where most of this magic happens. Overall, it's a beautiful sight to see. And it certainly does open up the field to new champions in every division. Everyone has a shot at the gold. As this matchup, focus in on a little bit more, this Fatal 4-Way has seen Bubba Ray pretty much dominating Tamatonga. And Jay and Joe have kind of been fairly even as that discus forearm connects from Joe Coffey. Maneuver typically finishing matches for Gallus. Bubba opting to pin the man that he has basically brutalized himself. He knows how beat up Tama Tonga is, and so he knows he can keep the pressure upon him as he busts a kendo stick over the skull of Tama Tonga. The action gun stun by Tama Tonga there, that neck breaker connecting. Weapons being brought into this matchup already. Got another kendo stick out there, a sledgehammer. Bubba sizing up a target here. Gets caught by Tama. Jay getting involved. Obviously, we've got opposite sides of the bloodline in this matchup. And this era of the Usos was just on the cusp of the bloodline, the OG bloodline being formed. Sit out powerbomb there by Bubba Ray. The Bubba Bomb planting Jimmy. As Joe Coffey heads outside once again. A baseball bat being introduced into this match by Bubba. Uranagi by Bubba Ray. And this is the thing about Gallus. Whenever we see them face up against the Dudleys, they always have the upper hand. They have their number. Gallus, well, Joe Coffey in particular, taunting here. Feels that he's got Bubba where he wants him. And with Bubba taken, planted outside the ring, turns his attention, goes for that discus lariat yet again. Comes up short on it. Tongan twist potentially set up there by Tama Tonga, but Joe Coffey uncorking shots. Pop-up European uppercut utilized. Bubba into the ring, trying to steal one here. Gets a 2 count on Joe Coffey. That roll-up almost playing dividends for Bubba Ray. But something that always will have an impact in a match like this is the weaponry. A sledgehammer brings Joe Coffey to the outside, and almost certainly a concussion for Jimmy. Bubba pop-up neck breakers. Tama Tonga has another set of steel stairs potentially brought into the match, but Joe wisely comes back in the ring, realizing the match could be over if he doesn't break up the pinfall attempt. Spine buster from Joe Coffey, but he's caught. Tongan twist from Tama Tonga, planting the champ in the ring. 1, 2. Coffey kicking out. Bubba Cutter planting Tama Tonga. Busts him open as well. It's now just Gallus and Team 3D facing off. Pop-up uppercut from Joe Coffey. The champ, discus forearm, the lariat connects. Dropping Jimmy in the ring, but Jimmy's quick to his feet. Busts open Joe Coffey. Tama now looks to pick up the pieces, utilizing that sledgehammer yet again to keep Jimmy Uso down, but now a weapon in the hands of an ECW legend. Looking to capitalize on the damage already done. Bubba Ray uncorking the bionic elbow. Goes for the pin. Joe's taunting on the outside. Slowly makes his way in. Wasn't in time to break it up, but Jimmy Uso, last gasp of energy, kicks out, keeps the match alive for himself. But how much longer will this match go on, considering pop-up uppercutter, not uppercut, neck breaker from Tama Tonga that gun stun. Maybe looking for a Tongan twist to finish off Bubba Ray. Good night. ECW legend. Hello, chair. That was not a wise maneuver there by Jimmy, as he gave Bubba an opportunity to get back up, and that's allowed him to kick out. No one's going down easily, and I think Tama Tonga knows it, sensing the weakness in this match. He's gonna capitalize. Misses the splash. Gets clobbered with a lariat from Joe Coffey. Bubba Ray, he's in the sights of the champ. He's uncorking a shot. Hip toss. Connecting, and now weaponry introduced yet again. Chair shot. Forces Tama Tonga outside the ring. Joe Coffey is back to his feet. He could uncork a big shot, a knockout punch, a maneuver to win it. Unleashing his rage, sizing up Jimmy Uso. Tama Tonga yee-yee-yeeing on the outside, but it doesn't really matter. The champion into the pin. 1, 2. Oh, so close. If the referee was a fraction of a second quicker into that pin, this would have been over. Roll-up attempt here by Tama. Bubba, you're taunting on the outside. It's not wise. As so nearly a small package victory for Tama Tonga, but it doesn't work out for him. Instead, Bubba Ray gets clobbered. Uh-oh. Tongan twist! Coffey caught trying to springboard by Tama Tonga. And he's gonna fall up short, maybe. Painful attempt has to come soon. Bubba Ray, though, watching on, breaking it up with ease. Joe Coffey now. Oh, Bubba Ray goes for the Bubba Cutter, gets caught. Coffey now, Irish whip, reversed. Just turns it into a power slam. Now, Des Prez. Coffey's unloading his energy. Into the pin he goes. 1, 2, 3. Jimmy Uso couldn't get past the staircase he tossed in. And Gallus stayed in a dominant position, heading to prime time. They lead this Fatal 4-Way series 1-0. And potentially, what if Joe and Mark Coffey win both of these matches? Who faces them and the pay-per-view? It's certainly a difficult question to ask, but statement made by Joe Coffey as he picks up the victory. From instant classic Fatal 4-Ways to singles success.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 224 pounds, Kenny Omega!
New look cleaner. Ready for action, Omega. Kenny Omega, to say the least. Ready to go to war here tonight in a singles matchup. It's been a while since we've seen him competing in IPW, but let's be honest, Omega is a solid combatant. Forced his way into turmoil main event by beating the champion Bryan Danielson at the time. Now, looking to get back into the title picture here. Ospreay, a man he's got a lot of history with as champion. We could be setting our sights on a potential dream matchup. But one man who knows he has a shot.
From Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 282 pounds, the Samoan Joe!
The holder of the Resolution briefcase, Samoa Joe, out here tonight to face the cleaner. Clearly, I don't see a title match happening tonight for Joe, but against Kenny, this is certainly a good chance to show off why he was the winner of the Turmoil match. Let's be honest, these two can always put on an instant classic. Best bout machine versus a Samoan submission machine. Battle of the Machines, some may say. Who will walk out on top? We're underway with this one. And Joe's already out of the way with that big boot. Just yeeting Kenny across the ring. Omega, the lighter of the two. Certainly not as powerful as Joe. But Kenny has the speed game, has that high-octane offense that excites crowds, standing solo there by Omega. The springboard offense also can pay dividends, rolling over the top rope. Joe, technical in his style, ability to pick you apart, has the agility of his own to go flying, but this man will beat you to pieces. Will keep you basically worn out and down as soon as he gets you trapped. His octane offense just unrelenting, and he'll love to keep the pressure on you. And that's the thing about Joe. You'd think he'd tire easy with the weight he has, the build, the stature that he has got for himself, but he will keep going and going and going till you make a mistake and get caught and choked out. Like it or not, Joe is deadly from whatever position he finds himself in. And Kenny has to be careful. Springboard launching himself into that crossbody. But if that fell short, what would have happened? He would have been caught by Joe. Then maybe a fallaway slam into the barricade. Kenny's setting Joe up. He could do anything from that position, and one of them is being backdropped. Resolution holder, obviously Samoa Joe. V-trigger there by Kenny. But Joe obviously holds the briefcase. Will Ospreay, as current champion, well aware of the danger he is in. Samoa Joe's obviously very prolific when he gets a hold of you. Into the ring he goes. The referee is issuing an 8 count. Kenny slowly getting back to his feet. Gets back in before the count of 9. And now these two begin a trade. Joe wanting the offense. Both men wanting the offense. And why not? They taunt each other and go to the races. Just uncorking shot after shot. But Kenny catching Joe. Double underhooks. Joe muscling out of it into another backdrop. Kenny cannot get Joe up for whatever he's looking for. Maybe Tiger Driver. 98, but regardless of it, Joe too goddamn big, too goddamn strong at this stage. As these two watch on, Joe just forcing Kenny to waste energy to try and get up, and then just pulls him up. Why not? Just force and exert energy that's not needed. Now, Joe chopping at the neck. Wearing down Omega. Weakening the area around the Adam's apple so that he can be choked the hell out. Planted in the ring is Omega. A 2 count. This mode submission machine. Roll up by Kenny though. He could steal it here. 1. Joe able to kick out. Able to not fall prey to a roll up. Omega maybe thinking one-winged angel there. Joe avoids it. Instead, dropped on the knee of Omega. Kenny now. And Joe once again trading shot for shot. Both having their punches caught until Joe's landing flush on Omega's chin. This is the thing about Samoa Joe. He likes the punishment. He likes the war. And Kenny, happy to oblige with the same sort of treatment Joe's given him. Both going at it. And yet again, shot for shot, blow for blow. These men continuing to go to war until it is over. One-winged angel. No one kicks out. And Joe will not either.
Here is your winner, Kenny Omega.
The most prolific move in the game ends another man. And you have to feel Omega now could be in the title hunt. He's beaten the resolution holder. But will there be a resolution in the power rankings for the cleaner? We'll have to wait and see. From one main event matchup to another. An instant classic could be inbound. The Samoan Werewolf leading the way. Jacob Fadu is here for action.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the undisputed television champion, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
Fatu beat the Fiend on Breakdown Underground in our main event to claim the championship gold in his debut match. Tonight, the Samoan Werewolf non-title matchup here, looking to showcase why he sits atop of the food chain here in IPW's television division. A champion looking to carve out a path of dominance and showcase the Bloodline's power. But who is he against? Well, that's certainly something we haven't heard in a while. That's a man we all recognize.
From Japan, weighing in at 235 pounds, Okada.
The Rainmaker coming to the ring for this one. Slowly but surely, some action here to IPW. With a stacked division television championship. While it's not our main title, certainly has some very top stars in it competing for it. Okada in this one, speeding up the tempo a little bit there. Ever since he's come to the US, his style, his attitude, demeanor changed for the worse, but still keeping that epic prowess and dominance in his wrestling as he just eats a super kick off bat. Obviously, Okada, part of the elite with the Young Bucks, so well adverse to super kick action. It's Jacob Fatu making him feel welcomed here tonight. As these two locking up, Okada with the arm wrench, just keeping Fatu kind of trapped here. The pressure being applied brings it through into the shoulder lock. And Jacob's really struggling here. Arm being wrenched back. It tears at the shoulder. And it certainly is a lot of pressure. Jacob does well to get out of it and turn it into a headlock here. And tossing Okada. Does not want to play that grappling game here. Does Jacob Fatu. And he'd rather go for a more sluggish affair. As this one arm body slam. Dropping Okada center of the ring. Samoan Werewolf now trading with Okada. Remember, we do have another matchup after this one. This is main event quality action. Both these wrestlers. Okada lands the discus forearm. Now heading up top, the high rank district never looked much greener with money as Okada landing that perfect drop kick. We just need to see it in a Irish whip fashion, and then it's just perfect Okada matchup. Super kick from Jacob, dropping the Rainmaker, and the splash following up the action. Powerbomb maybe here. Indeed it is! Dropping Okada. The neck crashing down, and an Impaler DDT. Jacob Fatu looking to do this in dominant fashion. Kazuchika Okada kicking out. Nick of time. Fatu can't believe it. Tries to go for another pin. What's this? Fatu running the ropes. Spear to the outside. Oh my lord. He snapped him in half. And then the crashing to the floor. Beautiful torment from Jacob Fatu. As he's putting on a show here tonight. This is a running senton. And there's the Okada dropkick. Referee issuing a 5 count here. Okada back. Never mind. To the top rope. 7 count here. Fatu evades the dropkick and just launches Okada. Pop up. As the ref's count was reset. Jacob Fatu maybe longing to fly once more. Has Okada in his sights. Springboard. The crossbody evaded. Okada now. He's looking for it. Looking to beat apart Jacob Fatu. The champion could be counted out. Manages to make his way back into the ring. But the Rainmaker spinning tombstone pile driver. Fatu not letting it affect him, but he's caught with a Rainmaker. Planted center of the ring. The champ in danger. 2, 3.
Here is your winner,
Kazuchika Okada just makes a massive statement here against the television champ in a dominant performance, to say the least. We'll have to see if IPW management give him the title shot and crush. But let's be honest, it puts him in good stead as we move into our main event.
Welcome to the generation of Jade.
Our main event is a no-holds-barred match. We want a result.
The following is a no-holds-barred match. Making her way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, Cora Jade.
Countouts do not cut it in IPW. Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez ended their match in a double countout last week. But this week, we want decisive victory. And, well, Cora Jade, weapon in hand already. She wants to make Roxanne cry. And who can blame her? Because Roxanne has a shiny new little toy Cora realistically would love to have.
And her opponent from Laredo, Texas, the undisputed women's television champion, Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne Perez, after primetime, that fatal four-way, she walked out with the television championship around her waist in a massive victory. And for 3 shows in a row, Perez is competing in high-stakes matchups, looking to settle the score with Cora Jade here tonight. Can the champ do it? We'll have to see. Title not on the line for this main event, but it is anything goes. The crowd behind Roxanne Perez to start this one off. STO by Cora Jade, who's, realistically speaking, lost lots of fans in IPW. Very much I'm better than you attitude. Nice maneuver there by Roxanne Perez, by the way. Really upsets them. As submission hold locked in. Heel hook there by Roxanne. Remember, the way to win a no-holds-bar match is by submission. Boston Crab locked in now by Cora Jade. Neither woman taken enough damage in the early goings to realistically be able to pick up the victory just yet. But as we say, the whole reason this match is happening is because of countouts. And in this match, tonight. The referee's job was to slap paintbrushes the face of Roxanne Perez. But as I was saying, the only job of the referee in this one is to either count the pin or check the submission. No countouts, no DQ, weapons illegal, and decisiveness is what we want. Both these women trying to go for the win early without really putting any punishment. Nice drop kick there by Perez. But punishment is something that will come in heaps when weapons are brought in. And Perez targeting the leg with that baseball bat. She knows the weakness that Cora Jade has as the submission locked in. Rope breaks in it. Can someone explain to me why there's rope breaks in a no DQ match? Like, it makes no sense. No holds barred, you should not have rope breaks. Regardless of the fact, Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade trading blow for blow here. Cora catching the shot. See, unloading her own. Catching Cora's and busts her open. Now going shot for shot. You can see how close, well, how much of a size difference there is as Roxanne lands the Pop Rocks. The champ looking for victory. 2. So close to a 3. Jade, I think, on instinct kicking out. Cora has weapon. Oh. Being battered now by a weapon. Perez is looking to capitalize and destroy a close friend, former ally, into the face buster. Finally, Cora finds an avenue back to her feet, but she's caught immediately in another Pop Rocks. Roxy plants her. 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Roxanne Perez.
The champ, dominant. Jade had no chance. She got roxed to end out our night tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Breakdown. And we'll see you on Saturday for IPW Underground. See you then. Peace out.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that fact, taking big swings.
Let's be honest, Gallus are without a doubt the best team in this game. How are they so good? Like, they're so low overall. And yet they're the greatest team. Anyway.